Hi, good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining today's session. I'm so happy here with QA team. We have Guy from QA Pathway and Kathy, and Guy is based in UK. That's why we held it this afternoon. So yeah, we have registrants from all across Southeast Asia, and the first one is Indonesia, some from Malaysia, Vietnam, Thailand, and some from Philippines. All right. I think without further ado, I can pass it to you. Over to you, Guy.
Thank you. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for all taking this time out of your day to listen to one goals I want to talk to you through the product offering what we have at Brookes University.
Sorry, Guy. I think yeah,
Many
your you
courses
are
and many
your voice is breaking up.
um, is going to have to okay. Is that if I turn my camera off? Okay, so I've turned my camera off there. Is that are you able to hear me any better? Is
Still
anybody
breaking
able to
up.
hear me at all?
How about you, Kathy?
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
bit breaking up.
Okay. Um, right. Yeah. Looks like my connection here is unstable. Um,
Um,
okay.
hi, um, hi guys. I think that your connection or your microphone by the Zoom is not stable. Should I cover you by this state? Otherwise, the agent is unable to hear well. Please let me know.
So yeah, it looks like it looks like my connection's not working. Um, it looks like we need to have the app downloaded. Yeah, unfortunately,
S- Um, yeah. So should I cover right?
um, it's not going to work. Yeah, hold on.
Okay, so sorry for inconvenience. So please allow me to continue to um, start presentation about Office Brook and QASG today as we have some technical issue. Sorry about that. May I share my screen or uh, which Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, sorry everyone, some technical issue today. Okay, can I confirm you all see my right?
Yes, Kathy.
Yeah.
We can see it.
Yeah. Please allow me to continue presentation about Brook University today. So as you know that Brook is start become our partner university and we start recruit students from September 2025 and January we have still some course and very attractive price for the student for the agent who can recruit student to Brook for January intake. A bit about Brookes University. The university ranked in top 10 in the UK in the Southeast Asia, England by Time and Sunday University Guide 2024. And this year, Brookes ranked in 38 in the UK according to Guardian University Guide 2025. And their teaching quality is also ranked as very always in the top 10, like in 2023 in the fifth of the UK by Times Higher Education Young University ranking. And they have work placement linked to the industry with very strong of the major across the hospitality, engineering, business, digital marketing or technology. That is all the hottest major that is needed on the job market at that moment. And the student, uh, 90% of full-time undergrad student and work further find, uh, can find the work or further within 15 months after graduate by the HASA survey. And going to the next point is that why we should consider to introduce Oxford City as well as Oxford Brookes University for the student. First of all, the Oxford City always rank in the safest city in the UK, and especially by the ranking, they rank at top 11 safest in the England in 2023. And in the Oxford City, students not only have the opportunity to open their connection with the student in the same university, Oxford Brookes, they also have the opportunity to connect, to open the opportunity to make friends with students study in Oxford City, with a very famous the student vibrant city in Oxford. So it's very good opportunity for them to have the chance to connect for the internship, for the full time, for the part time, right at the time they study here. So Alphas is always the good option for the one who into the traditional, classic, and vibrant student lifestyle. And going to the next point about some activity that famous among the Oxford Brook. They have very classic and traditional museum, and you know that some of the Harry Potter scenes, very famous movie, is recording here, and leisure activity, punting, uh, very green space around that allows students to experience the UK lifestyle in the way that they only look on the movie. um, about the job market that is recorded by the Oxford. First of all, the city of Oxford have extremely high employment levels in knowledge intensive sector, about 70% of its total employment for student in tech, science, engineering, business, hospitality, and so on. So that means that it brings students like can have opportunity to accept an ecosystem with many high skill jobs nearby, and the job density in office is 1.08, which above the southeast average is only 0.83, and England in general is only 0 point 0.8. I mean, so it's very high for students to can access to like the ecosystem and the sector in job market when they study in Oxford. Next point is about their a bit about their ranking, and as I mentioned, they always ranked in top 10 of teaching quality in 2026. They rank in sixth in the UK. In 2020, 23 and so also in top 10, and to rate. And this year, total ranking of them is also high, on way ranking 38, around 38, 35, 37, around those year. And 10 subjects of them are ranked in the top 10 in the UK. And they also rank in 2 in the UK for hospitality and leisure by Guardian University Guide 2025. Very famous for them in this major. And 87% of
Kathy,
graduates.
Kathy, sorry for interrupting. Can you please full share the presentation?
full set presentation. Oh, okay, sorry. Here we go. Uh,
Perfect. Thank you.
you can see that it's moving, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so let me continue about the graduate. 87 of graduates are work or further education within 18 months, and 97% of reach internationally recognized by HESA survey 2024. That's a very high and good number to attract students who into finding job and focus on the study with like high ranking of the university in the UK. So in this table, we summarize some of the very attractive point why Oxford Brookes stand out with the top 23 subject areas, like you can see here. Um, Hospitality, leisure and management, marketing, on-way hostess, business management study, accounting and finance, very famous in Oxford City student, education, nursing, computing, law, politics, social science. You can see here 25 of the subject is very famous uh, among the student and as well as in the job market at the moment. And they also rank in top 10 in Europe about on the QS ranking about MBA among the region also. And 20% of our students are international students. So students not to don't need to worry about like being lonely. They can have connection with not only the international student, but also the student from the same background. That's very good for them. Moving to the next point is another plus the point why offers. So you can see here many activity and friendly and close to the student with high teaching quality, and our academic team at Offers University can get support for students whenever they need. Here also is some of the activity offers Brook, and that's very close to London. You can travel from Brook University and Oxford City to the London just only around 1 hour and 30 minutes. Um, so can easily to enjoy the UK in different city and easily to travel. And some sporting such as of the Brook University, you can see here our just some of the activities that are also related to the engineering, sport engineering, as well as the student work. Uh, I mean the student club on the related to sport on the other university. You can see here is Brook Racing Automotive as a Formula student in the UK, and the one who into the sport in the UK can like take that opportunity not only study in Oxford but also join the real like um, football team or sport team to like, experience more about the UK lifestyle. And in the next slide that I would like to briefly introduce about some of the accommodation uh, option for students when they choose to study in Brook University. For September undergrad, the example, we have some of the option for students to choose. We have in Chinese student village with the cost is only around less than £200 per week. And also we have civil both from 179.97 to around 225 per week. And we also have in Paul Kent is only also less than £200 per week. And we also have Westminster Sport also less than £200 and 50 £250 per week, and so many options for them. We can allow students to live in accommodation of Brook University. And for postgrad student, for example, we have here, we have in PAL can from less than £200 per week. And we also have in civil both postgraduate center less than £200 per week also. And last but not least is Westminster Hall, also less than 200 pound and 250 pound per week. I mean, many options for them, and student can access that by the link of accommodation, or if needed, the contact to us. We're gonna have you to connect with accommodation advisor from the university. Uh, in the next slide, I would like to introduce a bit detail about our program. Let's start with pathway program. First of all, we have foundation program. So the reason why you should choose to study foundation at Brookes University, first of all, we guarantee the pathway to undergraduate program by passing foundation stage. And the next point that student can learn and develop the study skill. So that allows student to progress to become not just an undergraduate student, but very effective undergraduate student. And when students study with us with our program at Brookes, they can familiarity with studying at higher education level, such as assessment type, using the virtual learning environment, and etc. And the next point that student can receive individual support to help student develop the skill they need. They can make friends from all around the world, right at the Alpha City, very famous for students. And last but not least, our program is located in Alpha Brookes University campus. So foundation from the beginning, students are already the Alpha Brookes University themselves from the first step. So that very attractive for student, and that's a plus point when student consider to study pathway with QA that collab with the Brookes University. And with our pathway with foundation program, we have from international foundation diploma. We also have international foundation in art, humanity, and law. We have international foundation in business and technology, foundation built environment, foundation in computing, foundation in engineering, foundation in law, in life science foundation, and last but not least is a foundation certificate. That's various of options for students when they choose to study the pathway program with us, as well as the progression course, also various options for students to choose when they choose to study here. So in this table, we would like to break down some of the key information about each course that we have. For example, you can see here from location, study length, tuition fee, intake, IELTS requirement, and tariff offer, and etc. For example, you can see in Foundation Art, Humanity, and Laws, with September and January intake, we offer the cost tuition fee. The tuition fee for the course is already around 16,000 before the scholarship, and with IELTS entry requirement is only IELTS 5.5 with own skill. We accept both UKVI as well as academic, as well as Duolingo and QH unique test. So students have like very flexible for entry requirement here. And we also have foundation in business and technology also, January and September intake with the same tuition fees, only 16,000 pounds before scholarship, and also the same IELTS entry requirement, and etc. with like foundation diploma, also in September and January intake is only around 16,000 pounds before scholarship, and we accept IELTS UKVI from 5.5 on skill. So many options for students when they choose to study foundation with us. So we also would like to send you that material after the webinar today for your reference, and any case by case need to advise, reach out to us anytime. And beside the foundation, our information about the tuition fee, the course length, and the intake, we also have some information about the progression as well as the module here. With foundation entry requirement for foundation diploma is 5.5 on skill UKVI, and foundation in art, humanity and law and business needs student from 5.5 on skill. And to progress to undergrad, students need to pass their foundation at 40%, and they no need to apply again for undergrad course. And to go into about the detail of foundation course, we have various model for student. You can see here. For compulsory foundation student, we need academic study skill model at different IELTS level. For example, 5.0 is different with 5.5. So higher IELTS student can choose a lesser course length for the English course. And beside that, we have business and technology compulsory with business fundamental and economics for business. And beside, we also have computing compulsory model, which are related to the foundation of computer programming. And business and technology option, we have allowed students to choose like two options that are available on the course list. And also with art, humanity, and law, we also have some models that allow students can have very flexible when they choose models to study here. For progression information, undergrad program with multi-foundation pathway, we have nearly more than 10 of the progression course that available for students from business, technology, engineering, hospitality, digital marketing, or something like some of the other very uh, various options for students when they choose the progression. And we also would like to send you all that information after the webinar today. And to progress to the undergrad level, students need to pass, as mentioned, at 40% of the foundation course. And international foundation diploma application automatically create an undergraduate application on internally when they already a student at Brookes University. So in the next slide, I would like to introduce with you about like international foundation diploma with single class option. So with single class, as I mentioned before, we have two options for student, IELTS 5.5 or IELTS 5.0. So with single class, we accept student from 5.0 UKVI. So we have many options for student to choose progression here for the diploma. So you can see here, accounting and finance, business and finance, business and management, psychology, AI, many options for students to choose, even though they have only 5.5 with single class. With international foundation in art, humanity, and law, we need students from 5.5 on skill. We also have many options for students from communication, media, and culture, business and law, art, historic, and politics, or some of the psychology, media, very famous and attractive for students recently. With the foundation in business and technology, we also have various options for students, finance, computer science, um, event management, business and law, AI, digital marketing, many options for students to choose to study foundation with us. And here, and besides the foundation program, we also run the pre-master program at Brookes University. So with pre-master program, we have pre-master diploma and pre-master certificates. Uh, Depends on the IELTS as well as the intake they would like to apply for. For example, for pre-master diploma, we have in English language and study skill we focus. The course length is last about 2 years, 2 semester, sorry, 2 semester, it's around 8 months. And we have September intake and January intake. And IELTS requirement, we also accept both IELTS UKVI or IELTS academic as well as QH unique tests and Duolingo. With IELTS score is around 5.5 on skill, and student can progress into the master after they finish the pre-master here at Brookes University. And besides the pre-master diploma, we also have pre-master certificate with English language and study skill, uh, and it lasts for 1 semester. And we are available for January, May, or August, or September intake, very flexible during the year. And with IELTS entry requirement at 6 point, with own skill above 5.5, and students also can choose the option to progress to the master after they finish that. And last but not least, we also have pre-master in certificate here that lasts for 1 semester, and we have January and May intake here, and IS around 7 point, a bit higher than the other pre-master, but it's very flexible and attractive when the student have ambience to achieve some of the higher course level. And in this table, we break down some of the entry requirement we have here. And as mentioned, pre-master diploma, we accept IELTS 5.5 on skill, and IELTS certificate from IELTS 6 point and on skill 5.5. And we also accept QH unique test that is free for all the students. We also accept Duolingo. So if the student have one of that certificates, that let us know. We can help you like to calculate or transfer to like to get to meet the entry requirement if they are. And that is that slide is some of the models that we have at Brookes University at pre-master. So for example, in semester 1, students study pre-master diploma in English language and study skill, can study some of the very basic and focus uh, related to reading and research, academic writing, seminar, interview skill, managing yourself. And in semester 2, they are moving on to the reading and research, extend writing project, advanced seminar skill, as well as the other pre-master course. We also have some of the modules that focus on basic skill that students need to study master in the UK. So because I am also the one who study master in the UK, so I think that with the modules from the pre-master course is somehow is very neat to the student, because uh, some students from very different academic background, like in Vietnam or Myanmar or Philippines, they are not familiar with the UK educational system. So to have the one of the pre-master course can help them to familiar with and prepare themselves to study focus on the pre-master, the main master later. So student can consider to study pre-master if they have like needed and have opportunity to study. And so in the next slide, I would like to emphasize with you some of the information and plus point that why pre-master at Brookes with QAHE should be considered. First of all, our graduate pathway to master by passing with appropriate grade is around 50% for 2-year master student and 55% for business degrees and 60% for other degrees. And in the second point that we include this supply specific for the study on each of the module subject to prepare students for their chosen master. As I mentioned, students come from the different education background. If they have the opportunity to study pre-master, is very good for them to prepare themselves for the main master later after they finish the pre-master course. And we include the study skill assessment that are relevant to the student future display and the level of study. And the next point that student can learn and develop the postgraduate level study skill so that student become not just the master student, but also become the very effective master student. And the next point that student can receive individual support to help student to develop the skill that they need, not only in school as a master student, but also after graduate as the one who ready to join to the career later. And last but not least, the pre-master certificate with us. The study skill is available to study full time for one semester from for January to May, or part time. It's only for for local student. But I also mentioned here is it's like the plus point with us with 2 semester. And so what pre-master courses are available? First of all, the pre-master diploma is study across 2 semester, lasts for 22 weeks from January to August or September to May. So the application are required to hold the IELTS 5.5 own skill as I mentioned for the entry requirement before. And for 2 years master is a master diploma for the 24 weeks, followed by the direct entry onto the master. The entry is from January to August or September to May. Applicants are required to hold the IELTS from 5.5 own skill, and the student only need to one visa to accept the application to entire course. And the pre-master certificate with English language and study skill is studied across one semester, lasts about 12 weeks from semester to December, or January to May, or May to August, that across the 3 intake we have. And the application are required to hold the IELTS from 6 point with own skill above 5.5. And last but not least is a pre-master certificate that's student that lasts for 12 weeks and allows students to study from January to May, and student need to hold the IELTS 7 point and above for this course. And for scholarship, so we offer automatically £3,000 for scholarship for foundation course as well as pre-master. And we also have follow-on scholarship at 20% for the year one of the bachelor as well as as well as the master program. So students that only need to apply once, they also get the scholarship for foundation as well as their progression, also for pre-master as well as their master. And in this slide, I would like to introduce a bit about uh, tuition fee we have here for the main of the foundation. We have in £16,000 for the foundation course. Pre-master certificate is only £7,450, and pre-master diploma is only around £14,650. That is a tuition fee for 2025 and 2026. And at the moment, we still received application for January 2026. So if your student would like to apply to, please let us know. And the tuition fee for 2026 and 2027 is around, for foundation is around £7,250. Pre-master certificate is also around £7,650. Pre-master diploma is also around £15,100 for the pre-master 2 semester. And for deposit, we require students need to take to deposit around £3,000. That is very attractive for students, and this number can be conducted after student provides the financial uh, proof when they request for cards and visa. And for cards option, we have 2 options for student. For the joy cards, we need IELTS. We need student hold the IELTS minimum from 5.5 on skill, and both UKVI and academic can be accepted. And besides, we also accept QH English test results that is free for all the students hold the conditional option with us. And we also accept PTE, Duolingo, and other relevant tests that lets us know if if your student hold any the certificate that is recognized on the at that moment. And besides the joint class, we also have single class with IELTS minimum from 4.5 overall and no skill under 4 UKVI. And for IELTS, um, foundation 9 months, and that means 2 terms, only about 5 point with no skill 4.5. And we also accept PTE and other relevant tests. And in this slide is some of additional information for the other tests. I mean, for that could be used for English entry requirement for foundation diploma 5.5 point with no skill under 5 UKVI. For foundation art, business, humanity and law 5.5 on skill. For PTE, we accept from 59 overall with no element under 95, 59. And besides, we also accept language cert academic with overall mark is around 60. Also, language cert international with overall mark is about 132. Also, password test is also only 5.5 overall, and QH English test 5.5 on skill. That's many options for students to choose to use that result to meet an English entry requirement. So besides Oxford Brookes, we also list down here some of the other partner university that we have the pathway program. Oxford Brookes is a name that we focus on today, but beside that, we have Northumbria University in Newcastle and London campus. We also have Southampton Solent University in Southampton. The course we offer is foundation program 2-term or 3-term, depends on the IELTS entry requirement. International year 1 in business and computer science for Solent, only for international year 1 in we have 3 intake here for January to. And for March intake, we have foundation program lasts for 6 months at Northumbria University. And for September, we have both 2-term or 3-term for foundation program, as well as international year 1 option for students. So that is some of the activity that we have here for our pathway student across our campus. And that's all about my presentation to introduce a bit about Oxford Brookes with you, as well as some of the pathway program we run. So let me thank you for listening. Please allow me to move the presentation for Julia. She will have you introduce a bit further about the other details we have at Oxford Brookes University. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Katie. Hi, Jazzy and Guy. Thank you very much for your presentation. Let me share my screen to share with you a bit about the Southeast Asia region specifically. Can you see my screen now?
Not yet, Julia.
Yes. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, there it works now. Let me share my full screen. Okay, there it works now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, great. So this presentation will be specifically about the Southeast Asia region. So currently at our Southeast Asia team at QA Education, here are the member that if you work with us, if you have applications for us. And the main point of contact for you, of course, is Jazzy, Yes Education. But the team here on our side gonna assist you. There will be 4 people here. Carrie, as a regional director, me, international officer, and Jean, senior conversion officer, all based in the UK, gonna assist your students. And Katie, based in Southeast Asia region, gonna also assist you with all of your queries that you may have, and she can assist you in the same time zone as you as well. So here is the entry requirement and also scholarship for Southeast Asia region. For Oxford Brookes University pathways, Katie already presented to you a bit about all of the information, but here I want to highlight some very important points that maybe you should remember to advise your students. So the courses we have include foundation programs and pre-masters. So for foundations, we have different foundation programs, single cast and joint cast. And for pre-master, we also have pre-master diploma for 2 semesters, or the certificate for 1 semester. So the duration will be different. And we also have option of single cast or joint cast option for the 2-year diploma pre-master as well. So the entry requirement will be also different. So for foundation program diploma is single cast, so your students can have IELTS UKVI 5.0, no below 5.0. So this is the lowest level of English and also of the academic requirement that we have for Oxford Brookes University. And we also have combined cast option if your students have IELTS 5.5, no below 5.5. So for combined cast option, we can accept all English certificates such as Duolingo, QA, Higher Education English Test for free, and pre-sessional English as well. For pre-master, we have the pre-master diploma, 2-semester single cast, IELTS 5.5 as well. This doesn't need to be IELTS UKVI, can be any IELTS certificate and also other certificate as well. For pre-master certificate, it's 1 semester, single cast as well, and IELTS requirement gonna be higher from 6.0. And we also have the 2-year diploma pre-master for 2 years, combined cast, IELTS 5.5, if your students want to have this option. But the progression cost will be different as well. The target cost will be different. So the 2-year pre-master, we have a little bit less of choice compared to pre-master diploma. I think when you have the specific students you submit to us, we can advise to you further in terms of which option gonna be the best for your students. In terms of age requirement, we have some requirement here for your students. For example, here is the minimum age is 18 years old, and we might accept 17 if they turn into 18 in the same academic year. Yeah, it's the requirement for Oxford Brookes in terms of age requirement. And intakes, we have 3 intakes, January, May, and September. And scholarship is automatically £3,000, as Katie already informed to you. So here we also have the entry requirement by country, by Southeast Asia country for you as well. This is quite important. If you can take a screenshot if you want to. So this is for foundation diploma, English. This is the lowest English requirement that we have. It's from 5.0, no component below 5.0, and IELTS must be UKVI as well. I know a lot of you coming from Indonesia today and Myanmar and Thailand as well. So here are the specific requirement for your country. Please refer to this table for the foundation level. Yeah. And I also have the table of the entry requirement for pre-master diploma as well. IELTS from 5.5, no common and below 5.5 single class. So I also have many countries, Southeast Asia country here for you. Please also feel free to take screenshots of this table so you can advise your student more easily. Depend on each country, depend on the nationality that your students have. All right, so here is the table of tuition fee before and after scholarship. I know that Katie already informed to you the tuition fee, the original tuition fee before scholarship. But here I just want to make it easier for you. So I have created this table, deducted the amount of scholarship for you. So you can already have the correct number of tuition fee for your students. It's very easy to refer to. So for foundation programs, it's gonna be, so this is this year, January 2026 and May 2026 as well. So for my intake, we only have pre-master, and for foundation, we have January and September. So for pre-master, we have January, May, and September intake. For foundation, we have January and September. So here, the tuition fee for this January 2026 is from £16,000. After scholarship, is £13,000. And for pre-master diploma is from this much to only above £11,000. Very affordable. And pre-master certificate is £7,450. Please note, this is an university based in Oxford, a very popular location for your students, a very well-known city around the world, and the ranking is also quite good as well, 38th in UK. They can study in Oxford City with good ranking university, and if they choose the some of the subjects that Oxford Brookes offer, such as hospitality, is ranked second in the UK as well. So many good ranking subjects, and with this tuition fee, I think is quite attractive for your students. Yeah, so please just look at the tuition fee after scholarship here and advise your students. Yeah, it's quite affordable for your students. And here, this is the tuition fee for the year 2026-2027. So this will be applied from September 2026. It's only a little bit higher, not much different, only a few £100 different. So for foundation program, after scholarship will be £14,000. And for pre-master diploma, it's from £12,000, or the one semester is a short course. Only one semester pre-master, so very short. It's £7,000. Yeah, they can study in Oxford. Oh, Guy want to raise his hand. Guy, do you want to say something? Oh, maybe not. I see Guy raise his hand. Not sure if Guy want to say something or not. Okay. Yeah, if you don't want to say something, I will just move on, okay? Guy? Oh, okay. Okay. Let's move on to the next part here. I also have the pre-sessional English online course that I want to introduce to you. So, if your students want to study pre-master or the foundation combined class with IELTS requirement from 5.5, they can study at their home country. This pre-sessional online course to meet the English requirement. So we have 3 different durations here for your students: 5 weeks, 10 weeks, and 15 weeks. So 5 weeks is £1,500, 10 weeks is £3,000, and 15 weeks is £4,500. So this will be a very good solution for your students if they do not meet the English requirement. They lack of 0.5, 1.0, or 1.5 IELTS score from the main course. then they can study this one. They can study at home, use this certificate to apply for CAS and for visa later. Very easy for them to meet the English requirement. I wouldn't say it's easy to pass. It's okay to pass the course. I wouldn't say easy to pass. They still need to study, but this is a good solution for them if they do not want to take another IELTS test, for example. So they can study this program to meet the English requirement. And we also provide the internal free English test for students as well, as me and Katie have mentioned before a lot about the QAHE English test. So this is our free internal test for your students. It's completely free. However, student, we need to have a conditional offer for Oxford Brookes for the foundation combined course or the pre-master program. So they can do the test as an alternative of IELTS. They can do this for free. Yeah. And this will be conducted via Teams and will valid for 1 year instead of 2 years, like IELTS. So please note this. And students can retake the test after 3 months, 6 months, or 9 months, depend on the examiners. But usually our students only take this test once because the waiting time for each test is quite long. So usually they only take this one, and then they can do another test like Duolingo, for example. So here, this is the application stage for Oxford Brookes Pathways. It's very straightforward. And also, if you have any questions in terms of application stage, you can reach out to Jazzy or to us anytime. So here, first of all, you will have the application in your hand and you want to submit your applications. Just ask the team here, Just Education, submit the application, and then we will receive the new application. After we receive the new applications, our admissions team will assess and issue the conditional offer for your students if they do meet the entry requirement. After the conditional offer, there will be some conditions that your student need to meet. So please do submit the conditions as soon as possible to save the time in between. And after all the condition meets, we will issue the unconditional offer. After unconditional offer, your students will need to pay a deposit of £3,000 for Oxford Brookes Pathway. After we receive the deposit of £3,000, here at the 5th stage is pre-CAS interview, but please note that only Myanmar students required for pre-CAS interview at Oxford Brookes. This is not the requirement from QA, but from the university itself. So yeah, so for any other countries, you can skip this 5th stage, but for Myanmar students, please note that they need to do this pre-CAS interview. After student pass the pre-CAS interview, they can accept the offer on the portal, student portal, and then request CAS as well. And then you're gonna assist them with the visa and enrollment process. I hope it has been very clear and straightforward to you. Thank you very much for listening. So now I think is the time for Q&A. Yeah.
Thank you, Julia.
Thank you,
Uh,
Jessie.
uh, Anyone who have any questions, feel free to raise your hand or drop it in Q&A box. Okay. Julia, is it possible to like submit for January intake at this moment?
Yeah, you can still, but please note that the CAS deadline will be the 19th of December.
19.
So once you submitted the app and your student got the offer, please do submit all the conditions very quickly and also the deposit as well very quickly, please.
Okay. Anyone have any questions? Okay. I received a message, Julia here. Yeah. Is it like Oxford has nightlife? It's more into the lifestyle in Oxford. Everything is closed by 5 p.m.
I would say yes, because Oxford is a very young city. Maybe Katie can add later. But according to my experience, when I have my time in Oxford, it's a very young city. It's a student city, so the nightlife is quite rich compared to other cities in UK. But in general, UK is still has the kind of the peaceful nightlife across all of the cities in the UK. So maybe after 5 p.m., oh, the shops could be closed, but the bar, pubs, restaurants will be still open. And they in Oxford, because it's a student city, so there will be still a lot of students hanging around in pub bars, and restaurants as well, and hang out with each other after the time. So compared to other cities in UK, I would say the nightlife in Oxford is very good. It's quite, yeah, hustling and bustling in Oxford compared to other UK cities.
All right. And next question is how much the living cost in Oxford per month, Julia?
Um, Katie, I think you have spoken about the accommodation cost, right? So I think, yeah, in the slide that Katie shared with you before, the accommodation will be around 250 to 300 per weeks. So in total, I would say in Oxford, um, the rent will be around, how much is that? 250.
The accommodation around 200, the 200 and 250 per week, plus in 4 times, how much?
Yeah, 800. So it's about
800
800 for the rent. Yeah.
rent.
For food, it will be about 200 or 300.
Yeah, UK is very affordable for that food and something like that. And student can walk right the city. They don't need to use the bus or the train unless they need
Transportation,
to
yeah.
travel. Yeah,
Yeah. So in total, it would be about 1,100 per month
yeah.
to 1,300, I'd say. Yeah. So the rent in
Okay, thanks,
Oxford,
Julia.
yeah, it's around like 800 or 900. So I think it's quite affordable to other bigger cities like London, for example. But yeah. But don't forget that our students can still work part-time as well, because even in we have the other campuses of other university in London, but our students still have a very comfortable life because they can do part-time jobs, 20 hours during term time or 40 hours outside of term time as well. So a month they can already earn £1,000 for during term time, or £2,000 like on Christmas or on Easter. So they basically can cover most of the cost of living in London, and especially in Oxford, like the cost of living it will be less than London. So if they come here and they do some part-time job, I definitely think they can cover most of the cost of living as well. So I don't think this will be something that students need to worry too much about.
Okay. We have some questions in Q&A box. Why students need to do precast interview? Is that compulsory from the university? this agent comes from Indonesia. Yeah, from our experience, Indonesia students don't need to do interview, or is it just yeah? Previously, you mentioned about general requirement.
Yeah, correct, Jesse. So um, Indonesia students do not need to do precast interview. Do not. So only the university in Southeast Asia, they only require Myanmar students to do precast interview. Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, etc. in Southeast Asia, no precast interview.
No, okay. Next question. And the requirements for under 18 student who will turn 18 in the same academic year. How about the procedure for the guardianship? Does the student need a guardian, or is it possible for them to stay at campus accommodation?
Mm. In terms of guardian, yes, they do need the guardian. They will need to use, maybe if they have family in the UK, they can put the contact of guardian in the UK that they already have, or they can use the guardian service. In terms of the campus accommodation, this one I will need to double check this information. Maybe Guy, if you know about if Oxford Brookes campus accommodation uh, can accept 18 students or already have like maybe the service, the guardian service for 18 students you can have. Okay, yeah. So Guy is telling me that he will check which accommodation on the campus is for under 18s. But yeah, the university might have the accommodation for under 18. So yeah, student would possible to stay at the campus accommodation. But we will need to confirm this information again and come back to Jazzy later.
Yeah, sure. Julia, for international year one students, they will get like eligible for part-time work, right? Immediately.
You mean the under 18 students or the normal students?
International year one or international foundation.
Yeah, in terms of part-time, they will need to be uh, oh, okay. Part-time is available for all, but I believe that depend on the age, they will have a different duration on their visa.
Mm.
So for students above 18 years old, they can have 20 hours per week to do the job, the part-time job, or 40 hours outside of term time. But for single class students, for 1 year class, for single class student, they can work 10 hours a week instead of 20
Okay.
hours. Yeah.
All right. Any other questions, guys? Entry requirements or anything about scholarship? How many Indonesian students, Julia, in Oxford? Just wondering.
So our partnership with Oxford Brook is still new. It has just been since last June or July. It's still quite new. So this January 2026 is the first
Second
intake
intake,
that
yeah.
we are promoting for. So I haven't got the number of Indonesian students for pathway yet. Uh, but on the campus of like the direct programs, I
Yes.
think I will need to get the number from the universities, to be honest, because it's the direct program. Yeah, once when I have the number, I will send to you, Jazzy. Is it
Thank you,
okay?
Julia. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why I'm asking because yeah, the parents this is a very important information from the parents that prefer yeah living in the uh like settled community. Yeah.
I see. Okay, yeah, sure. Let me confirm this with the university, and then I will send you the information.
All right, another question. Just curious, what are the usual or maybe first challenges international students face?
The challenges that Indonesian students face in the UK in general or at Oxford Brookes University? Sorry.
Yeah, Pao is from Philippines, so perhaps she would like to know the challenges for international students there.
Okay, yeah, for international students. So I have also been an international student myself, so maybe I could tell from my experience, and maybe Katie as well. She also can share from her own experience. But I think the first challenge that as an international student, your student might face is gonna be maybe the English language, because when you first came here, maybe you already got very like good IELTS score, but like when you use it in daily life, maybe it's not as easy as in like your IELTS test.
Different, yeah.
It's different, yeah. So maybe like in the first few months, they may feel a lot of a barrier in terms of like the language skill when they speak to locals. So I think in order to overcome with this, they can before they came to the UK. I also did it myself as well. They can watch a lot of English movies like Harry Potter or other movies as well to like practice their listening skill and also try to speak a lot of English as well before they came to the UK. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the first challenge that they gonna face. Katie, do you want to add anything, any other challenge that maybe you faced before?
Thank you, Julia. Yeah, kind of. Julia has mentioned about the English language, like the language barrier with us as one of the challenge. Yes, I totally agree with that because we from Vietnam. English language is not like compulsory in all of the school subject, and that is the top challenge for us for student. And yeah, and besides that, adapt with like the new cultures as well as the educational system is one of the challenge I experienced. I also like face like how to do assessment, presentation in English style, practice to write the CV, mock interview, something like that to adapt with the UK. And yeah, that kind of challenge. But look at the good side that I got the support from school, so they helped me a lot with like tutor 101, fixing my CV and get me more connection during the time I study in the UK, as well as to finding the job opportunity later when I graduate. That is very plus point. Every time and in everywhere we have the challenge, but just look at the good side that we have can find. That is the opportunity for us. That's what I can say.
Maybe
All
from
right,
Katie
thank you for sharing.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I just wanted to add here is that from Katie experience, I think our advice to our students is that
Mm.
once you come here, just make the most of the student services on campus.
Yeah.
At Oxford Brookes, they also have a lot of student services to help with career and academic as well.
Mm.
So please advise your students when they come here, do make the most of all of the student support service team, such as career and academic teams. Is very
Yeah.
important.
All right. I think one last question, Julia, before we wrap up today's webinar. And regarding the class size, both for the pathway and the Oxford Brookes University, may I know the maximum capacity for that?
Capacity. So for pathway at the moment, it will be around the maximum will be around maybe 15. Is it correct, Guy?
15.
Do you have students per class? Okay, for foundation it will be 18
18.
per class. Yeah. So for foundation, it's 18 per class, and maybe pre-master around 20, okay?
And how about when they progress to Oxford Brookes University?
When they progress to Oxford Brookes, so in the UK in general, I would say the class usually will be around less than 30 students per class.
Mm.
Yeah.
30.
Yeah, will be less than 30. Only if like some very popular module, the class size will be a little bit bigger. But in general, for most module, I would say around less than 30 students per class. Yeah. But for
Yeah.
foundation, yeah, it's 18 per class maximum.
Okay, noted. Thank you, Julia.
Great, no problem at all. And thank you guys for having me with all of the answers as well. Yeah. It's a bit a shame that yeah, guys, microphone today is not working. But thank you guys very much as well.
All right. Yeah, I think yeah, we can wrap up today's webinar. Guys, if you have any other questions, feel free to contact me. Yeah, I'll answer right away if I know the answers, and yeah, I'll ask QA team if I need their help. All right. Thank you so much, Guy, Julia, and Kathy. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I'll send the presentation shortly to you all. Thank you. Have a good day, all. Bye.
Thank
Thank you very
you,
much, Aziz.
Natalie.
Yeah, thank you everyone for your
Bye.
time. Yeah,
Bye
bye.
bye.